Hello dear friends, on Melonfonk channel. In this video I will tell you about all the secret facts and myths of the update 28.5 in Melon Playground. Well, the last digit of likes will show what kind of NPC you are in Melon Playground, and the last digit of subscription will show your character. Let's just play. If the last digit of subscription is number 3, and the last digit of likes is number 7, then you are a cactus with a nuke, and it's very simple. Write your results in the comments. Also, I want to say a huge thank you to these guys for being in my video. And if you want to get in my next video, then follow very simple conditions. First, you just need to subscribe to the channel. Second, put a like, and third, write your comment. What will they will be today in your time, and have a nice view. Today I've collected really the most interesting facts about this update. And let's not start time. Let's get to the very first fact for today. I didn't really know this before, and I only found out when recording this video. Did you know that you can explode ammo? Ammo that is from the latest update, and it actually explodes. All you have to do is just heat them up with fire or any other heating device, and as soon as you do it, the cartridges automatically explode. By the way, it can be done by chain reaction. That is, if one ammo explodes, then another one explodes along the chain. As for me, it's very interesting, and I really didn't know it until today. Write in the comments if you knew about it, and I'll be very interested to know what you think about it. Well, let's move on to the next fact. The next fact is common known, but still very interesting to me, and it is really related to the latest update. As you already know, added new ammunition. And if you insert any ammunition in the weapon, then accordingly the muzzle of the weapon will change its color depending on the ammunition. For example, if the cartridge incendiary in orange color, then accordingly the muzzle is repainted in an orange color. As I think this is a very interesting paskalka from our developers, and very cool that did not give us the opportunity to distinguish one cartridge from another. This is a very interesting and very cool that did not give us the opportunity to distinguish one cartridge from another. Write in the comments? Well, and let's move on to the next fact. In the game added a new concrete mixer called Mixer. But this mixer has nothing to do with concrete. First of all, this mixer is designed to mix cartridges and create a new ammunition with new effects. And accordingly, if you mix different ammunition with different colors, then the output will be a unique and interesting color. For example, if you mix all the ammunition, you will get the most powerful and coolest ammunition. I think it's obvious here, and it will be cherry colored, guys. I do not know on what principle the color is chosen, but cherry color means the most powerful ammunition. Now you know a little bit more. Well, let's move on to the next fact. Added new mechanisms and a new subject in medicine, and the subject Defibrillator. Well, and a couple of facts about this subject also today, of course, will be, and for example, here is one of them. Defibrillator electrodes have for some reason an infinite length of wires, according to the developers themselves. This is done in order to be more convenient to use them, and they are really absolutely infinite. Just look right now at your screens. We are now at the highest point of the usual map, and these electrodes reach literally to the bottom. It's very cool and very interesting, and at the same time they do not lose their power and really just work perfectly. Which, as for me, is very interesting. Write in the comments what you think about it, and let's move on to the next fact. The next fact will also be about this item, about the defibrillator. Well, and the fact is that with the help of this item can not only revive the NPS, but also literally kill him. Just a little increase in power, you can do it in the settings. Your attention is drawn to the screens right now, and look carefully. We increase the power, for example, at the maximum. The maximum you can increase the power to 2000 volts. Then connect the defibrillator electrodes to the NPS. It is important that he was alive, otherwise it is impossible to die dead. And so we connect the electrodes and see that literally from a single electric shock our NPS dies. As for me, this is a very interesting paskalka from our developers. I think they did it for a reason. As for me, defibrillator, interesting object, although it lacks in a little convenience in use. And I think that the developers need to fix it somehow, because it is magnetized crookedly, and in general it also looks strange. What do you think about this? Write in the comments. Well, and let's move on to the next fact. You can create literally the most powerful and cool weapon, and you can do it with the help of a powerful ammunition and settings of the most default weapon. To begin with, we take the stirrer and create literally the most powerful cartridge. Then we go to the settings of the weapon and set all the settings to the maximum. Well, and remove, of course, the delay. And as soon as we insert this powerful cartridge in this powerful weapon, we get just a machine for the apocalypse. It's really so it is. You just look at your screens. In the first FPS naturally drops to 10 frames per second. It's basically normal. But secondly, everything looks just incredibly violent. Everything explodes. There's blood everywhere, vomit, sweat, and everything else. And it's just unbelievable to me. It's literally a killing machine. It's really very cool, incredibly cool combination with powerful weapons and powerful ammunition. And we get just a universal killing machine. It's very cool. Try to do it and really play a little bit, because to me it's very fun. Well, let's move on to the next fact. If you go to the map with water and create naturally the most powerful ammunition with a mixer, or deliver it to the minigun, then underwater we will get a really unique and interesting effect, which for some reason works only in slow motion. Well, if you use it not in slow motion, then in principle the cartridge for some reason will not work. I do not know why it works like this. Most likely it's just a bug. And probably a bug specifically my device, so be sure to try it at home and write your results in the comments. Well, this is very funny to me. We literally, with the help of the caterpillar, can create a new transport. Or rather, it is a conveyor belt, and it really works. Pay your attention to the screen. We are now riding on an APC, only it is not an APC, but a caterpillar tank. And it is absolutely working, absolutely active. All we need to do is just, on the pause, remove the wheels and add tracks, of course, to increase the caterpillar power. Well, and increase their size. I think it's obvious. Well, and then just we press pause, so you can do with absolutely any transport except the bus. For some reason their wheels cannot be removed. For example, on the Jeep it looks quite funny. Well, then of course it works. Be sure to try it out because it's crazy fun. In fact, we create a new transport for yourself, and it is absolutely working. You know, you can add a couple of buttons to make it more convenient to interact, and it will all work great. What do you think about it? Be sure to write in the comments. Well, and let's move on to the next fact. As you already know, in the game added Voltmeter, and Voltmeter has a very interesting laser. It is really beautiful and works without any loss of FPS. And with the help of Voltmeter, you can literally create a laser show. First, we just change the distance of touching the Voltmeter. Basically increase the size of the beam itself and just spam a huge amount of voltmeters and look at your screens. It looks pretty fun to me. And it really works without any problems or loss of FPS, so make sure you try it out because it's really fun and it works without any problems. So let's move on to the next fact. If you load incendiary ammunition in the weapon and start shooting at the transport, then in fact we will get a free hot transport, which will absolutely be working, and it really works. Just incendiary ammunition destroy our transport, and it then absolutely works without any problems, and there can even put an NPS, and then it somehow works funny, and I do not know why. If you also do all this with fire, then our transport will not work. Be sure to try it at yourself. Well, this is the end of my video. Thank you all for watching. Good luck to everyone. Goodbye, and remember, buddy, as always, see you the other day.